meal.
Order number 47. Number 47, your order's ready.
Welcome to Fourth Meal, another episode. Shout out to Zen. Shout out to E-Rock. Shout out to Franzen. Eric Dlux right here, DJ 5 down there. I don't know if the screens are always the same.
I'm up, and then you're down.
Oh, yeah. So everyone's screen's different, huh?
Yeah, we're all over the place.
We're all over the place, but we're all here.
Like
and, man, I just wanted to sit and chat with you guys and recap the Twitch, the Headliner Music Club Takeover on Twitch.
Wow.
We did 14 hours just this past Sunday for Memorial Day weekend. For obvious reasons, a lot of people were stuck in the house, can't go to do their normal things. So we said, you know what, let's do a takeover and let's just play music all day on Twitch. And I mean, honestly, I couldn't even ask for a better turnout. Like, that shit just blew my mind, bro.
Unbelievable.
Like, I want to thank, first of all, our dog Anil, man. Like,
Real talk.
He went above and beyond for us, and he always does. So thank you so much to Anil, which
Real talk. Definitely shout out to him and everybody else at Twitch. You know, there's a lot of people behind the scenes and shit that help Anil. So shout out to him, his partners, and everybody behind the scenes, man, because that was a lot going on that day, man.
Yeah, because he kept helping us. Because think about it, man. And first of all, we gotta shout out to Scratchy, because Scratchy did all the behind the scenes. And think about it, man. 14 hours of streaming, and there really wasn't that many hiccups. Like, the flyer it felt like a festival. The flyer would pop up, and next you know, you're in someone else's house, and the next DJs an hour each, and it was so amazing how seamlessly it happened. But just a day or two before the event, bro, like, I forgot who I was talking to. It might have been E-Rock. No, I was talking to Gusto, and he was talking about Twitch. I was like, man, it might not happen. Because like we didn't know how to do it. Like, man, Anil, bro, we did like a 3 or 4 hour sound check with him, and he really helped us. And he like went like to the chamber and called crazy favors on his end to help us get the streaming process figured out, bro. So thanks to him and Scratchy, because like they really put in a lot of work.
A lot of hours.
Scratchy obviously is I would like to call him the CEO of HMC, but Anil, like, he did that out of love. So that was amazing, bro. But it went so well. It started off at noon with E-Rock, and then I'm gonna just do the lineup real quick. Then everyone did an hour. Then we went to Bella. Then we went to 5. Then we went to Fashion. Then we went to Ease. Then we went to Ever, Gusto, Sour Milk, Just Incredible, Vice, Miles Medina, Jay Espinoza. Then I did a set, and then Franzen closed it off. And the entire day was just so entertaining. Bro, I had it on the TV playing like the whole day.
It was like the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It was legit like a festival. Like,
and you know, the other thing I was thinking about was, man, if somebody had really good Wi-Fi on a plane, they were flying for 13, 14 hours, they could have put that whole episode on.
Right.
And just had a good time, and they would have been there by the time the episode was over.
For sure.
So dope, man. So
100%.
dope.
So I want to talk, E-Rock, what were your thoughts on it? You started the whole thing off. How did it feel for you, bro?
You know what, man? Like, knowing the type of preparation, the amount of preparation that you guys have put towards this, from curating to, you know, like even like sitting through that whole sound check and whatnot, like, I was nervous. At first, I was mad nervous, going like, all right, this is a big deal. Like, I have to show out. And there are going to be people that probably are going to discover not only HMC, but myself. So it's like, you know, I got to put on somewhat of a not somewhat of a game face, but I got to put on my game face and put somewhat of a show on. So I was definitely a little nervous, like, going into it and being the first one. It was like, oh shit! All right, here we go. You got to set the tone. So
I will say this, bro. When you did set it off, you didn't seem nervous, but you for real, like, seemed happy as fuck. Like, it seemed like you were having a lot of fun, and you were playing vibes and like the R&B and like New Jack, and Bobby Brown and stuff, and I was like, man, this is like dope.
Theme too, you know. We all had our like little. You had like 2000s, 90s R&B.
Yeah. And
I had a lot of fun, man. That was
you're really good on the mic too, so you're able to like set everyone. You set Bella up perfectly, you know.
Yeah. I mean, that was another thing too. Like, but I think like just from the experience of, I mean, how long have we been in quarantine and streaming now? Like maybe about a good 8-9 weeks. So it's like
a year.
8-9 weeks of doing this 3 times a week kind of finally came out, and then kind of added up, you know, on that day. So, you know.
Yeah. So it was amazing, man. We got over 800,000, bro. That's almost 1 million people that popped in at one point. Not sure how long they stayed, but 800 eyes went to that screen.
You got to think about it like this too, Dlux. 800,000 people logged on, but some of those people had other people with them. So
right, even us in the room. Yeah, that's true.
So we had more than realistically, we had more than guaranteed.
And then I think towards the end of the night, I think the highest we got was almost to 17,000 at one time, which is insane, bro.
Crazy.
Insane, bro. Shit is wild. And then once we got to you, friends, and I just want to talk to you because you, I believe you've been on before E-Rock, right? On Twitch? Like
no. E-Rock was actually the one who's like, bro, you gotta get on Twitch.
Were you on Twitch first?
E-Rock was on Twitch first. I believe, because I signed up. I got an account probably like 2-3 weeks before I actually even went on. So my first night on Twitch was 3 Fridays ago.
Nice.
Yeah, so tomorrow
go on every night where it seems like you've been doing it for months.
Yeah, for real.
Pretty much. Yeah, so tomorrow will be my third week actually on Twitch.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm only literally.
It's crazy how you're on every single day. Well, we'll talk about that. You're on every single day, but like it seems like you've been on it forever.
Well, it's because I was on Instagram Live too, right? Starting March 22nd. This is a crazy thing. IG Live every night for 56 nights. Yeah. They would cut us off. I'd be frustrated, but hey, you got to keep it going, right?
Before that, you were Ustreaming.
Yeah. That was Ustream was like 2008, 2009, man.
And what were you on before that then? Before IG Live?
IG Live. Well, I mean,
streaming,
in the clubs.
Clubs, of course. But I would release little mixtapes and stuff. But the tough thing about Ustream is they started changing stuff around, so that's why I kind of just laid off of it. I did Ustream for a good 3-4 years though.
I used to watch you on Ustream, the Frandora.
I used to have a great time, and it's kind of the same vibe that I'm doing now, right? A lot of R&B and just a lot of just good soulful music. So
the stories.
Yeah. Oh, I got a bunch of stories.
Stories are impeccable.
So I mean, I think we've all been in this industry a long time, so we all have stories to share, and that's something that that people want to hear. People want to hear those stories, like Dlux, FAED, E-Rock. We've all been in this industry 20 years plus. So between all of us, we have a lot of stories. Granted, we can't remember all those stories, but whenever we can, whenever it does pop up in my head, sometimes a song will trigger off a story, right? It's the weirdest shit. Like,
that's true.
Sometimes you hear a lyric, you be like, oh shit, I did that before. So that's why I think music is so special to people, because it has a kind of effect that nothing else has. Like, we hear some of these songs and we're like, man, I used to date this girl back then. I don't like that song because I used to date her and that song just came on. Man, I got to, that's the kind of effect music has on people.
Takes you so nice.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So that's why. What'd you say?
No, I said it takes you to a place, like whether whether it's bad or good. You know what I mean? So
quarantine's making me fall in love with music again. Like, I never listened to songs at home. I used to always just watch TV or YouTube. Now I let the fucking Spotify playlist just go. I'm listening to music, fucking making acai bowls and coffee and shit.
Straight up for me, like
the pour over.
You've always, you and Fran always love music.
Dude, I've always had music on, so I never fell out of love with music just because music's so wide. Like sometimes I might just want to listen to 80s or sometimes R&B, sometimes hip hop, sometimes 90s hip hop, sometimes new. Like it's so different. Sometimes it's jazz instrumentals or like lo-fi in the crib. But
it's all a mood. It's all a mood.
Twitch and the streaming made me fall in love with DJing again. As sad as that sounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say
we
that's
all been DJing for so long. We all been DJing for so long, and then you know how it goes when a hobby becomes a job and bills depend on it. It's just a job now, and it sometimes you don't want to go to this club, and it's just it's about money, it's about gigs. With the streaming, sure, there's now on Twitch we're able to make some money if we do it right. But even when let's go back to Instagram Live, like we were doing Instagram Live sets for free. And it was so fun being able to play whatever we wanted, not have to cater to a club or a manager or owner or a bottle service table. And it felt so dope to DJ again, bro. Like we wouldn't do gigs for free before quarantine at all. But because it's safe to say streaming made us fall in love with DJing again. And now that we're on Twitch and there is opportunity to make a little bit of money, but also, I want to give it up to people like Miles, Medina, Jay Espinosa, and Four Color Zach. Like, they made me want to step my game up on a whole different level of DJing. Like, bro, the other day, after my stream, I wanted to watch the tape on some like NBA shit, and I hate watching myself. I don't know if you guys. I don't like to hear myself or watch myself.
Me neither. Same here.
But I said, you know what? Let me see where I can improve. And bro, 5 minutes into my set, I pressed pause and I went and started practicing. Wow. I would never practice for a club. We just know what to do in a club. But now it's a whole different game where like, all right, you gotta like, you're on camera, you can hear, it's like being on the radio again. But different.
Because when we're in the club, right, exactly. And then you got to think too, when we're in the club, you know, the majority of people don't even look at the DJ.
No, they don't.
They're getting drunk. They're looking at each other, you know. So therefore, on this platform, like they really pay attention to what we're doing. Like I'll be rolling something up and people be like, "Man, what you about to smoke?" Or I'll be, you know, I'll be eating some. Hey, what are you eating?
Yeah.
Or you know, or you say you're hungry. Oh, what do you want me to order for you? And here's the crazy thing. Last night I was on my stream. A lot of people know that I be going on these 6, 7, 8 hour runs, right? And one of my best friends in Los Angeles, one of my boy Travis Sparker, who's bought almost 200 subs on my page.
Wow.
Shout out to him. Yeah. He actually, huh?
Is it Parker or Barker?
Parker, not Barker. Yeah, Sparker, like Sparker Blood. Not Travis Barker, Travis Sparker. And he texts me because he knows I didn't eat dinner yet. He's like, bro, I just postmated you some food. I hope you don't mind.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, but everyone is so generous, man.
Man, it's crazy. You know, music, I get it all the time. I'm sure you guys too. Like DMs, texts, like, yo, thanks for getting us through the day. Some people are at work listening to us, you know. Thanks for getting us to work. Like,
you know what's crazy is at first we were going on these streams DJing for us to stay active and want to play music and get that itch to DJ again. And you don't realize like the people that aren't DJs and are watching how much they appreciate it. Like we honestly, like when people were thanking me, I was like, why are you thanking me? I'm just playing music. But they like there's some people that are stuck in their apartment or home, can't leave, don't have nothing to do, and we're entertaining them for free. Like that kind of goes unnoticed sometimes. And I'm talking about like, I don't realize it sometimes. Like, damn, okay, like, because sometimes people hit me like, oh, when are you going to stream again? And I'm like, I don't know. But they're kind of depending on it, you know?
Yeah,
they are.
Like some people actually hit me up going like, yo, are you going live today? Like, why? Well, you know, probably kind of like, you know, got a vibe going on at the house, this and that. Yeah. Like, you know, we kind of need you. And then like, I remember actually one day, like one of our good friends, like had a couple people over, a little small gathering. And then like, I had no plans on live, but I ended up actually doing it. And then he put me on the big screen at his house, you know, this and that. But like, I think I think you nailed it. It's like some people really do depend on that vibe, and we're able to provide that through this platform is crazy,
I remember that. What's your first week like streaming, right? Like your first or second week?
Yeah. On Twitch at least,
too. That was like good practice for you.
So the one E-Rock, the one I caught that you remember the one moment I remember when you convinced me to get on it. Was that your first stream or was that a couple in?
That was a couple in. That was a couple in for sure. I know me and Franny probably started going regular at the same time, I think.
Okay.
But like I was already kind of doing stuff like whenever I could pop in like on Twitch, I would probably do it I don't know, once every other week. But then once I got the relationship going with Anil and got you guys on board, that was when I started going like having a regular schedule and stuff. So
bro, it feels like being on the radio again for the first time. I remember
but not having a playlist, you can play whatever you want.
Play whatever you want, but I'm talking it's by excitement. I mean
oh yes. The anxiety you get, the like you want to go on, like I can't wait to go on.
No, not that, friend. I'm talking about like I spent so many hours on my laptop putting shit together where I used to be crazy on the drops. Like I used to have so many sound bites and have them on my Scott system and shit. Mm-hmm. And I would hit little sound effects or whatever. And now I'm doing that with the Giphies, shit to pop in on my screen. And little things like that. I'm like,
I need to learn how to do all that shit.
Bro, I used to spend hours before my radio show getting little bits together for the thing. And now I'm doing the same thing for this. It's fucking crazy, bro. I love this shit.
Yeah, like prepping, like you're
prepping. That's what I meant. The preparation of it.
Yeah.
It shows when you prepare too. Like when you don't prepare, it shows as well. And that's what I realized. Like streaming, like when you really don't put energy towards it, like it really shows.
Oh, I'll tell you why. That's because of what Franzen said. You're on camera, so they're watching your every move. So if you're spending too much time searching for a song of Serato, it just looks awkward.
Yeah.
If you're grooving and you're talking to the people and you kind of just know where to take it, it's just like a seamless show, right?
Yeah.
But if you're not prepared and if you look like I don't know what to play next and you're just kind of stuck, which has happened to me, that's why I say it.
Well,
I can feel them looking at me.
But it's all about how you talk to them too, right? Because that's happened to me too. But sometimes you could get away with stuff by just because none of my sets are preset. Like I really just go off my library and off my brain. I just got to smoke and just think which lane I'm about to go to. And just start typing in artists, start looking at BPMs.
Yeah.
Granted, like all the other shit, like, the designs and, what background I'm going to use. Yeah, that definitely the prepping goes into that. But as far as the music goes, I'll just think about artists and, what the vibe is that day. But definitely, the most important thing is relating with the people, right? When you talk to your crowd, granted, there's going to be a lot of people in there that you don't know. But also at the same time, there's going to be people in there that you do know. And when people see that there's people in there that you do know and they're really vibing to you and talking to you, now these people want to get to know you.
Right.
Like, they're intrigued now because all these other people are saying, oh, man, I've been listening to him for years. Or, I remember that one time when DJ 5 and when FAED was DJing together and they spilled 1942 in the DJ booth. Like, people remember those moments.
Right.
They want to feel connected. They want to feel related. So that's why I think it's cool sometimes when we do like Shot O'Clock and people like, man, I got it. Like I see people will actually record these and put it, tag me on their story. People looking for shot glasses, looking for the bottles so they can be a part of the Shot O'Clock. Yeah. So people really feel involved with it. Like I think that's one of the most important things, you got to engage with your people that's in the chat room, because there's a lot of times out there, I'll watch, certain EDM DJs, they don't even talk on the mic and the chat room's awkward. Yeah. It's super awkward. All they're doing is putting up emojis, emotes and shit.
Yeah. So is there any advice we can give? Because I know a lot of DJs that haven't streamed yet. And it's the same thing we talked about. Like you're on camera, you're eating people a lot of people don't like that type of attention, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and now that this is kind of like, this is here to stay, streaming, right? This is
it.
And
I'm doing this when the clubs go back.
100%.
No, same here,
let me ask you a question. Are you gonna, when you're back in the clubs, are you gonna have your camera set up to stream at the same time?
Guaranteed, 1,000,000%.
I've
tried it before on Instagram Live when I brought my Roland. I bought this Roland mixer, this thing right here.
The Go mixer?
The Go mixer that I used to use on Instagram Live. I bought this 2 years ago because I wanted to stream on Instagram Live when they first had that feature. So I was like, oh, let me see if they can do it. But they would kick me off literally every 3 minutes. Every 3 minutes I would get kicked off. And that just discouraged me. I was like, I'm done with this shit.
Yeah.
I'm done with this.
My breaking point was yesterday, man.
Huh?
What happened?
After I did the morning pour over.
What happened? They cut you off?
Oh yeah, within like 20 minutes, 3 times. I'm like, I'm over it.
Yeah.
I went right on. Well, Eric was telling me, dude, get on Twitch, like move it to Twitch. I was like, I wanted to wait a little bit.
You got to do it now.
After yesterday, I was like, yeah, I'm out. Like,
well, you know, that's another advice I have for DJs too. A lot of DJs have asked me, yo, how'd you get all these people to Twitch? Well, for 2 weeks straight, I was on Twitch and IG simultaneously, moving all my people from IG Live to Twitch. You know, there's a lot of people out there that signed up to Twitch just to listen to music.
Yeah, no, a lot.
A lot. And you guys can tell by just clicking on their profile and seeing 0 followers, 0 friends. Yeah. Like, you know, these people are making their account just because they want to listen to us play.
And you see the same people that were in our Instagram Live comments are now in the Twitch. 100%.
Exactly. That part. Exactly.
So that's the thing so you're right. So a lot of people are afraid, like, oh, why would I go to a new platform and start
They're afraid.
I don't have a following. It's like, you got to start.
And then here's another thing they're afraid of, right? They're also afraid of only having 2 or 3 people in the room. Guess what? That's 2 or 3 people that you didn't have in there.
Dude, that's exactly what D Nice said. We had D Nice on the podcast, and he was like, yo, if you have 10 people that you're DJing for, that's 10 more people that you have by not DJing.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
And I think people get discouraged off the numbers, you know. To me, I remember doing Ustream and having 30 people in there, like, you know, 20 people in there. I don't care. Like, to me, I love music, so I'm gonna play this shit regardless if it's 30 or 300 people in there. You know, I'm gonna give that same energy because I really love this shit. And the other great thing about this quarantine is we actually get to listen to these songs in the whole now. Sometimes we vibe to these songs. You know, when we're not streaming, and we let the whole song play. You know, because as DJs, we get in and out of songs.
Yeah.
And sometimes we don't get to listen to the entire song.
We're AD DJs.
They're AD DJs. So therefore, you know, now we're hearing all these, like, I listen to a lot of my shit through my headphones, and I'm hearing all these sounds and, you know, different instruments that I've never heard before in these songs. And I've been listening to these songs for 20 years.
Right.
You know? So, man, music is amazing, man. We wouldn't be here without music. Us four.
Sure,
But yeah, like I was saying, like, is there any advice to the guys that just don't want to be on the camera? Like, is there anything they can do to make themselves more comfortable?
I mean, I guess
I'll be honest, man, it's not easy. Like, I don't like being in front of the camera. It's very difficult. Like, it's awkward when you're especially we're all Vegas DJs. Mm-hmm. We're used to DJing for a massive venue with thousands of people. And like Franny said, they're not all staring at you. They're looking at the chicks, looking at the bottle, whatever. Mm-hmm. But when you know, first of all, when me and Fran were on, we had over 15,000 people watching us. And I had to follow Jay Espinoza that did a fucking showcase. Bro, I almost fainted. I was so nervous.
I was there.
I was so nervous and so afraid because I'm not on their level of DJing. I'm a different type of DJ. I'm a club DJ.
Well, here's the other thing, right? Us as DJs, we all have different styles of playing the music and different styles of manipulating different sounds here and there. You know what I mean? But I think it's great when you have DJs like Miles and Zach and Jay, you know, all these great, even Jazzy Jeff. I see Jazzy Jeff is on Twitch now too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, when you see all these great DJs and you see what they're doing, of course you want to step it up, you know, and do something brand new and try something fresh. You know, sometimes I try something in front of, you know, my viewers that I've never tried by myself. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna try something. Because they see the creativity happening right then and there. Right. And they feel like they're involved with it. Like I even told some of my viewers, like, I'm gonna make some music. I'm gonna make a beat in front of you guys one of these days. And I want you guys to help me make the beat. Choose the sound for me. Which part am I gonna put here? Like, I want them involved with it. And they're like all excited about it. So
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, no one does it like you. The interaction. You're the king of that shit, bro.
Well, you know what it is too.
Stories are next level too, bro. But not only your stories, because you've obviously been in the game for so long, so you have the moments. But the way you talk about them is unmatched.
It's just, you know, it takes me back to that moment, and sometimes, like, you guys won't even notice. Sometimes I close my eyes when I talk because I really got to put myself in that place, like. Yeah, and kind of because I'm a stoner, man, you know, and it's crazy because the crazy thing about me is I have long-term memory, but when it comes to short-term memory, bro, that shit is done. But yeah, you know, telling the stories, man, like I said, people can relate to some of them because, like, I'll look at my chat room and some of these people have been supporting me for over 20 years. Like they'll put KMEL, when they put KMEL and CMC in that chat room, that tells me E-Rock knows because E-Rock was there with me at KMEL. Like, we were there in the 90s breaking Wu-Tang and Biggie.
E-Rock was your intern at one point, right?
Yeah. E-Rock was like 14, 15, like
answering phones,
trying to get his foot in the door. And look what happened though. Here's another story. You know who else was my intern? Larry Jackson from Apple Music.
Wow, that's a legend.
That's my little brother right there. That's my little brother right there. Like,
I was wondering where he came from.
He used to call.
I don't know his story. That's why.
So I used to be on KMEL like late nights. Like, this is when I first started. I would be on like 10 to 2 in the morning, right? 18, 19 years old. And Larry would call me and he would be like, yo, man, I want to introduce a song for you on the radio. I'm like, what? He wanted to become a guest DJ because we used to do guest DJs back in the day when we would have a countdown and let, you know, listeners introduce songs and shit. Yeah. So he did that, and he was one of those listeners that called me every night. I was like, you know what? Come to the radio station, man. Come to the radio station. Man, he came to the station, and he never looked back, and he just soaked up all the game. Yeah, and as a matter of fact, when KMEL was transitioning into that whole Evergreen Media Corporation, when they were, what was the old iHeart company called?
It was
Clear Channel.
Clear Channel.
Yeah.
When they were going through that whole phase, you know, change. Larry was one of the first ones. Like, I'm out of here, bro. Wow. I don't like the vibe. I don't like the energy. That's when he started J Records with Clive Davis, and then he did Interscope. You know, with working with big names here. Okay.
Yeah. No, he's a legend.
With what's his name? With Jimmy Iovine, and then now he's at Apple Music. Like, this guy is.
He's a man too.
Yeah. You know, and that's the great thing about Twitch, right? We get to help other DJs as well. I love helping people. Like, I love sharing information with other people. You know, there's DJs out there that don't want to share information, don't want to share music. You know, that's cool. That's what you do. But what I do, music is here to share. Knowledge is here to share with people, and I'm not afraid to share it.
And speaking of sharing, one of the things I love the most about Twitch is the raids.
Oh my goodness. I just learned how to raid.
So that's one of the things that people need to understand is, like, if you're doing a set, say like, so just say, is a thing called raid. So say I'm DJing a set, right? For example, last night, Five and I did FAED University live. And then once we're done, we can say, yo, we're about to be done. You can see who's on. We're like, oh shit, E-Rock's on. Let's go raid E-Rock. And then we just did the raid, and obviously not everyone, I think they could opt out, but majority of the people. And then you just got to make sure you tell your people, yo, let them know FAED sent you. It's a FAED raid. And then they mob in, and E-Rock's like, oh shit, what's happening? This is a raid. And everyone just starts putting FAED in the chat. And it's just a dope way to show support to other DJs. Because to me, I want to get to a point, bro, where like remember how we're talking about the little homies that might, or not even little homies, just any DJ homie that might think they don't get viewers. Like, imagine someone in there with 5 or 10 viewers, and we're just done, and we see bigger names with audience in there, but we're like, you know what? Let's go support this other dude. And imagine you send 100 people to him. That's fire, bro. I love that.
And you know what? It shows the unity for real. During these times, like when we ain't got no income, like it shows the unity, you know, towards the DJ community. And I think it's great, man. I think it's super great. I remember E-Rock did a raid one time. Bro, what are you doing right now? What is a raid? I didn't understand it. Like I said, I'm fairly new to Twitch.
Dude, we all are.
Yeah, I'm 19. I think I'm 19 nights in tonight. And it's still, we're all still learning, right? We got a lot to learn. Like, I just learned what the hype train was.
I still don't know what that is.
So what it is from what I know, when the hype train is going, you tell everybody in that chat, man, go crazy with the emotes. Go crazy with the emotes. Because what it is when you complete the hype train, you get more emotes. It might not be your personal emotes, but Twitch is going to send you more their emotes that they have exclusively. Yeah, so that's what that means.
Tell your people to use those emotes.
Exactly. So
for those that don't know what emotes are, so it's like Twitch's own like emojis that users make, and you can use them if you're subscribed to that person. So like Franzen, we all have our own individual. So if I subscribe to Franzen or E-Rock or 5, I can use their emotes in any chat. Mm-hmm. Even if I'm watching Jazzy Jeff, I can put 5's big ass head with the pink wig or
that shit's gonna be, that face is about to be legendary on Twitch, bro.
No, it's like
fuck.
You know?
Yeah, bro. So this is amazing. Anyone that's not on Twitch, I definitely think you're missing out on an incredible platform, because it's here to stay and it's only gonna get bigger and bigger.
It is. And I was talking to E-Rock about it too. And I was like, yo, bro, there's still a lot of DJs out there that's scared, you know, because and this one DJ made a comment on my page the other day, and he was like, well, you know, DJs don't have extra computers to use and this and that. I'm like, yo, you could use your phone. You're going on Instagram Live, right? You could use that same phone.
Yeah.
You could use that same phone. People think you need a whole nother laptop.
So here's proof. During the takeover that we had, the HMC takeover, Sour Milk was on his phone. He broadcast through his phone.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. So there you go. That's proof. I definitely wanted an extra laptop and a webcam and all this shit, just, you know, just to be extra. But I care about my quality, you know what I mean? But even with the phone, like Milk, I didn't, when Scratchy told me, because Scratchy did all the back end, when Scratchy said, oh yeah, Milk was on his phone, I said, what? You couldn't tell, bro.
Couldn't tell.
Absolutely not.
Quality was great.
Quality was superb.
So yeah, absolutely, man, you definitely don't need to have a whole damn Radio Shack in your room to stream on Twitch. You could do it right from your phone. That's facts.
You really can. You really can. And I think a lot of DJs are still like, you know, they're scared to get their feet wet. Oh, I'm going to wait till such and such goes on, and then I'll follow him. You know, the thing about this whole quarantine, the quarantine thing is we get to learn shit. Like, people are scared to learn new things. Like, when I turned on OBS Streamlabs, I'm like, all right. It did look a little bit intimidating, but you know what? I'm going to start fucking with it. And guess what? There's this thing called YouTube, and there's a word you can type in called tutorials.
Yep. YouTube University, dog.
Anything.
That's it. And I think there's people out there that's scared to do that too. Bro, I don't get it though.
OBS was like, what's happening? But aside from that, I opened Twitch for the first time. I'm like,
yo,
what?
Listen, and that's what I want to talk about, because a lot of people got to understand Twitch was a gamers only platform. Right? And then they started putting little things here and there, and then they finally put the music and the performance and artist category on there. And now we got this amazing platform. But it is, I'm not gonna lie, when I first seen it, I was like, whoa, where do I go?
I was overwhelmed.
But then again, like any new thing, like you remember when you first got your first iPhone, you're like, all right, how do I work this? You just got to start figuring shit out.
You just got to
you got to get into it. And like I said, you don't know what you're doing. There's a thing called YouTube that everybody uses. All right, some of you motherfuckers out there learn to cook and DJ because of YouTube. Do not be scared to use YouTube as a tool to learn new shit. Don't. People are scared though. People are scared. Don't.
The only thing I'm kind of bummed out about is how late I discovered it, late into quarantine. I mean, like imagine day one of lockdown. Yeah. I would have been so ahead, bro.
I mean,
man,
I discovered it a little late too, but like, you know, kind of like going back to Franzen's point, how people are like scared to have only like 1 or 2 or 3 people in their room. Like, yo, when I first started streaming on Twitch, man, I didn't know OBS. I just did it through my computer directly on like, you know, the web-based thing. And then like I only had like 2 or 3 people starting off. Like I had no idea, like, you know, if this thing would grow or whatever, but you know, you just got to start figuring shit out and shit kind of falls into place, you know?
It's just like anything else. Like when you're playing a video game, you're like, all right, where do I go? Oh man, I got some more lives, so I'm gonna try to do this. If you lose a life, then you know, on to the next one, right? It's all trial and error. At the end of the day, it's all trial and error, man.
It's like opening a box of anything from IKEA, bro. You're gonna see it, be like, oh my god, what is this? And then you just gotta put it together, build it. Next, you know, you have this beautiful desk, and you are satisfied. But of course, at first you get this panic attack and like, oh, I hate IKEA. The same, bro. The first time I saw Twitch, I was like, nah, this ain't for me.
Yeah,
this is overwhelming. This ain't for me, bro. Like,
and that's
my
why
anxiety is too crazy. I was like, no, I don't want to look at it. I don't want to learn anything.
Yo, and going back to the point where I had the account 2-3 weeks beforehand, I was like, all right, am I really gonna do this? Because this shit looks kind of difficult, right? And then I started watching other people's stuff. I was like, I like the interaction with the chat room. Super cool.
Yeah.
And then I was like, man, this sound quality is like, I would switch back and forth to Twitch and Instagram Live. The sound quality on Twitch is unmatched, right? And then here's another cool thing that people don't know, and I talk about this every night, and I think you guys need to spread the knowledge too, is you could listen to Twitch, get out the app, go on Instagram with the music still playing.
Yeah.
You know? People don't know. A lot of people don't know.
Sometimes that works for me. Sometimes that doesn't. How
really?
What am I doing wrong?
It's under settings. You go under settings. Hold on, let me see here.
Can I do it from my phone?
Yeah, I do it from my phone. You have to do it from your phone because you're using your phone. So you go under settings, and then you go under preferences, and then there it is.
Oh, play in background.
That's it. Play in background. Playing background right there.
Learning something new on Twitch every day.
Hey, every day we learn something new. There's so much. There's so much to learn. There's so much to learn, man.
Play in
also do audio only as well. Did you know that too? Like literally, if you're in the car, like there's an option on Twitch where it's like you can just play audio only if you wanted to. It's the video.
I see. I didn't even know that. See, we're all learning something brand new. This is cool.
Yeah, so that's the thing, man. Like, so DJ, like we said, DJs that are afraid to get on it or think you don't have a following, you're starting something new. Guess what? We're all new to this. Every single one of us, and we're all figuring it out.
Our feet wet.
Yeah, dude.
I just learned what a bit was.
Yeah.
People have been sending me bits, and I'm like, yo, what the hell is a bit?
Yeah, I still don't really know.
Kibbles and bits?
But you, Franny, so do you have I know you go on every day. Do you have a set time or schedule?
I don't. I always say 8 p.m. Filipino time. It could be 8:15. It could be 8:40. It could be damn near close to 9 o'clock. I'm definitely going to be on before 9 o'clock though. Okay. But it's just 8 p.m. Filipino time.
But you also do the random pop-ins during the day, I see sometimes.
I've been doing that lately. You know, it's been kind of cool because the thing about my crowd, I built this following to where I have listeners from all over the world. That's another cool thing because this has always been a dream for me, right? To be at the comfort of my own home and actually playing music for people all over the world. Like I dreamt about, on Everything I Love, I dreamt about this probably like 20 years ago. Like on Everything I Love, like, yeah, like one day I'm going to do that. And that day is here, you know? And I've gotten requests from listeners like in Australia and UK and, you know, New Zealand, Switzerland, France, people who are not, because you got to think when I'm on it, at 8, 9 o'clock, bro, it's 5 in the morning over there.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of them are asleep.
Yeah.
So when I do these little pop-ups, they'll pop in and they'll be like, oh shit, you're on today. Right on, cool.
Yeah.
And people like really, you could just tell the passion for the music with some of these people when they're typing in the artist or they're typing in who the sample is, and it's amazing, man. It's just amazing.
The sample to original, man. I actually had to just.
Oh, I'm actually gonna do a whole like 2-hour set of that one day, man. I'm going. What it is I'm going to my like 2007, 2006 laptops and grabbing some of my old files from over there, man. And you know those old MacBook Pros, bro. Those batteries are fried.
Yeah.
So you have to keep the charger plugged in, bro.
The moment you unplug it is
oh, bro. I did that 2 times the other day trying to transfer files, bro. I was sick to my stomach, bro. Sick, bro. I'm like, all right, don't move. It got to the point where I actually had to tape the charger to the laptop. But it still turns on, though. You know, that's a good thing. It still turns on, you know, with the Scratch Live, the very first Scratch Live.
Very, very, very first.
Crumbly. Super
Yo,
crumbles.
Man, thank you. Yo, thank you again, Franzen, for being on the Takeover E-Rock. Obviously, you're part of us, so I don't have to thank you. You were part of the process.
Hey,
but thank you anyway.
Man, thank you guys, and once again, thanks to all the DJs. Thanks to everybody that actually even just clicked in for 5 seconds that day to even just, you know, take a look at what was going on, man, because, you know, at the end of the day, we really, like, all the DJs that were on that day, we really do this shit for the love of music. Like,
for sure.
You know, we don't do this shit for the fame, none of that shit. This shit is all for the love of music.
100%.
And I think you can see that when we're playing, when we're talking about these songs, I think you can see that. You know, when Five is dancing, doing all the crazy shit he's doing, you already know. Motherfuckers are having fun. You can see it. E-Rock's happy. He's smiling. You know what I'm saying? Dlux is cutting again, chirping and shit. Like, you know people are having fun. And guess what? That inspires me. Like, we're here to inspire each other, right?
Sure.
And that's what it is. And that's why we support each other. That's why we go to each other's page and pop in and say what's up. Because it's real love in here. It ain't no fake love. Like, this is real shit going on. You know, and I think other DJs need to realize that, because a lot of these younger DJs got egos and shit. You know who I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Hey, how's your ego feel now without a job? No, for real. Like,
but you know what's crazy is it's also showing the real from the guys that started DJing. We all DJ'd for the love of music as a hobby. We didn't know 20 years later we'd make a living from it and have a roof over our heads from DJing. So there's once DJing became, you know, to the level of making money, and people say, oh shit, I should start DJing. I could play music and get paid. Those people are getting exposed. They're the ones not streaming because they don't know how to DJ. They're the ones not even if they have a big following. I'm talking about like models and, like, you know what I mean, like things like that. No, like they're
honey, you model, honey, you DJ and model same time.
Honey.
No, but that's real though. Like, you know, celebrity DJs out there that, you know, we're doing this. And, you know, I think Jay Espinoza played a really, really dope clip from that comedian.
Oh, yeah, Russell Peters.
That's who it is, Russell Peters. I couldn't think of who it was.
He's a DJ too. Russell's a good DJ.
Is he? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That fucker's funny as shit. But, you know, he was saying, why are these DJs looking at their laptop and they're not looking at the crowd? That's because we're looking for the next song to play, and it's not one track, and we're not just looking at the crowd doing this for the whole time, you know? I think that's some real shit right there.
Not playing remix shit, you know?
Yeah,
he goes, why are his hands in the air for that long? Is he DJing with his dick?
Oh my.
Yo, if we go back to normal, you should definitely go check out his stand-up. Like, and you know, he'll do like a pop-in in like the Comedy Store or whatever, bro.
Man, if he comes, we need to get him out here.
Yo, Russell, he lives in LA, and he really be on Instagram Live, and he'll start like DJing, or he'll have DJs pop in and shit.
You're talking about DJing, so Ustream when I used to do Ustream, Redman came to my studio. I got footage of me and Redman fucking going back and forth with each. I gotta find that and put you guys just reminded me. This is some crazy shit, bro.
I have, bro. Yesterday, Vice was at my house and I was helping him with the emotes. And I brought same thing. I brought out a 2004, 2006 hard drive where I had to get an adapter because they didn't plug into my shit.
Oh my God!
I found a photo. I have a photo of the old Power 106 mix room, and it's me, Vice, Gusto, Verman, and then Redman and Rockwilder. And then Redman's DJing. I remember he DJ'd live on the air, and he actually knew what he was doing.
Yo, the dude can DJ. Like he was juggling. He was scratching everything. Like that was
2004. I was like, oh shit.
I gotta actually share that footage. You just reminded me.
Oh yeah.
Like bro, this dude.
Yesterday I found that photo of it. And
I mean, you know what?
Right here, I would have pulled it up.
Now is the time too, we all have old footage, we all have old pictures. We could all share stories, man. Like, people love hearing stories. I found that out when I was doing Ustream. Like, man, we want to hear, like just the other day, like, man, how did you meet such and such? And how long have you been in the industry? Because there's people that just barely found out about the whole movement, right? There's people that click into these rooms and don't know who you are.
I have it because I sent it to Gus, but this is this is not him DJing, but this is a day.
He had a beanie on?
Yep. And it's right behind him is the mix room, and then I have a photo of him on the turntables.
Wait, that was when Power 106 was where was that at? Were they at the same location?
Same location, but they were remodeling the studios. So we had a temporary mix room at the time.
Okay, that's what it was.
And it was right next to where Jigga Juice at the time was doing his imaging.
Jigga
Juice. Just incredible.
And he was in Vegas too, right? Because I remember that name.
Bro, he was me, him, and Jay Cruz, Jay Noise. Bro,
wow.
We had the Bounce Night show together. We were on every night, 7 to 12, Monday through Friday.
Damn.
Jigga Juice is just incredible, bro.
This just clicked right now. Wow.
You didn't know that, Five? When I met Jigga Juice, he was in Vegas.
Back in the day, I used to visit them when all three of them were on the radio.
Yeah. Real talk.
Oh, okay. I'm getting
real talk.
Okay, wow.
Well, shit, I got to run to a little kid's birthday party. Shout out to Mateo. Love you.
I got to go to the studio.
Thank you, guys. And, make sure you follow DJ Franzen, DJ E-Rock, DJ 5. Mine is just Eric Dlux. Also, we are FAED. And you definitely can pop up at any time of the day and night, and you'll see Franzen on for sure.
Definitely. 100%.
During Biggie's birthday, I was watching him all night, fell asleep, woke up, he's still on.
I did an 18-hour marathon there. I ain't no sour milk. I ain't no 24 hours sour.
I woke up and you and Dre were on.
Yeah, Dre did like
that's the first time I ever heard the meow. I was like,
wow. Franzen.
Yeah.
First of all, you just said I ain't no sour milk. You doing 18 hours is more impressive to me because you were drinking and smoking. How the hell do you drink and smoke that long? I would have blacked out at hour 3.
Yeah. Actually, the drinking part stopped at the 3rd hour. To be honest with you,
I was about to.
I drank 2 cases of Fiji. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
But even the smoke.
Dude, bro, I smoked about a good ounce and a half that day. I went through it. We went through it. It was to be honest with you guys, weed is my coffee.
Wow.
Okay.
No, it is.
I fall asleep with coffee though, like.
Yeah, man. Weed is my coffee. But yeah, that was crazy, man, doing 18 hours and just seeing. There was actually like 3 people in there with me that rode the whole 18 hours with me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy. At least 3. But here's the cool thing. Some people fell asleep with me on and they woke up and they're like, hold up, you're still on?
Yeah. Yep. I was probably one of those.
Yeah, that was cool. But hey, look.
Did you sleep yet?
Yeah, E-Rock woke up. He was like, bro, what's going on here?
You're the only person I've ever met in my entire life that has a Biggie drop.
Really? Well, I think you know what it is. I think a lot of the older DJs like that were in radio during that day, they never saved their drops. You know, when they left the radio station, I was one of those guys where I try to get as many drops as I can and store them. You know, sometimes when you get fired from a radio station, you can't go back and get your drops. In those days, we didn't have laptops. Yeah. I had to put all these drops on a CD and keep the CD. So I had
so many drops on our 360.
On the replay machine. Yes.
I had all my drops on there and it crashed. And I'm talking Mariah, Janet, everybody, bro. Jay-Z.
Oh, I'm fucking sick.
Dropped that. And then when I left Power, even when it got on to the digital side, when I left Power, I left without my drops. So my Drake drop, all these drops are just gone, bro. Gone.
See, that's the lesson. All you DJs out there, if you have any, I'm sick too. I'm sick for you. Shit, Drake is my friend. I've never got a Drake drop in my life. I'm sick. I'm sick.
I'm sick.
Oh man, hey yo, you guys. So when are we gonna do this again, man?
Shit, soon.
Because that shit was so much fun, man. Like,
yeah, we're gonna
for real. Like, I'm gonna tell you the funniest thing about that day was just watching everybody have fun.
Right.
From E-Rock, when E-Rock went to Bella and so forth, you know what I mean? Like, it was just fun to see everybody smiling and having a good time.
For sure, bro.
You know what I mean? Like, I've never seen any of us smile and have a good time in a club like that because people are fucking wanting to drink, bunk us for a drink, shots, let's do this, let's do that. There's so much going on in the club.
Shout out, we have presentation.
Exactly, all that shit. We're free right now. We're at the comfort of our own home. We're playing music we love. We don't have to cater to nobody, right? The crowd that's fucking with us, they don't have no choice. They don't have no choice. If you don't want to listen to us, you can log off. Like, they don't have no choice. So that's the fun thing about this whole thing, man. Sure. And on behalf of myself, I just want to thank all three of you guys for doing what you guys do because, like I said, you guys inspire me, and we're here to inspire each other, man.
100%, man.
Likewise.
Word up. I'll see you in the chat room tonight, then, Franzen.
My brothers.
Run the chat.
Run the chat. Hey, you know what my thing is? Light up the chat. We're gonna light up the chat, baby.
Like that. That's why you got the little lighter emote.
Yeah.
Light up the chat.